We have the brand new quick report and label editor to the rescue. My name is Angelo Caroprese. I'm Regional Technical Manager for Latin America, and as you know, I've done many trainings in 4D. This morning in the keynote, I already said that we have a new quick report editor with a revamped interface that provides you a great workflow. This is how the new quick report editor looks. Well, that's when you launch the report, and this is what you have. Essentially, we have done a new job. We began from scratch to create a new quick report editor. It's only available in the 64-bit version of 4D, and it's available since 4D v15 R2. However, more and more features are being added in the different releases. And every time we'll have more and more features. You will use the same commands. Your code will stay the same. So basically, all right, first of all, I guess if you are here, it's because you are interested in a new quick report editor, and it's because you use it, right? Who of you use the quick report? Great. So you encourage your users to be independent. All right, if you want to do this, you can use the quick report to create these new things. So you don't have to create forms for them, and they are independent, and then they can be quite adventurous doing creative stuff with the quick report. So essentially, this is the workflow. When you create a new report, you select the fields, then you adjust the column width and title, then you define the sorting order and define the different breaks and operations. Then you change fonts and colors, set the header and the footer, and then choose the destination. And that's what your end users do when they use the quick report. Essentially, we will follow the same steps for creating a report as before, only that with a nicer interface and a more intuitive interface as well. So here we have a quick report editor. Essentially, what I have here is I'm creating a selection of records, and then quick report. I just execute quick report. Essentially, nothing has changed there. However, this is new. This is the new interface, and it's much cleaner. Yes?
Three questions. What version of 4D is this being released in? What hours?
Yes, it's v15 R2. Yes, but bear in mind that this is the 64-bit version. Just so you see the difference, all right, you may not say, all right, that's a nice interface. But I'm just going to open the same thing in 32 bits. So you notice the difference. So this is the old one, right? The workflow with this one is that you have the fields at the top, and you have to move around the whole window to do things. The new one has a better workflow. And why I'm talking so much about workflow? Because workflows are important for your end users because they become more efficient doing things. So here we have the new quick report editor, and first of all, let's add some fields. So from here, you can select the different fields that you want. So I'm going to select state and name. I'm going to add them here. Notice that it's important the order in which you select the different fields. So first I select a state and then I select name. And you notice that they were moved here in the same order that I clicked. But nice thing here is that you have a filter. So I'm going to add total sales. So now your user, instead of scrolling through the hundreds of fields that you have in your tables, the user will have this nice tool just to filter. I know it's very simple, but it's very handy as well, right? So now I found my field, and then I move my field here. Right. Pretty simple. Now, I define the formats. First, as you can see, everywhere in the new quick report editor, you have contextual pop-ups that will change depending where you are. So you change exactly the information that you need. In this case, I'm going to change the format of the title. So I'm going to select the font, and notice this. Here, I have this window that comes not from 4D, but comes from the system, from the operating system. So I'm selecting here, and this is something that is better because we are using system libraries here. So I'm going to select Arial for my report. I'm going to select bold. Right. So here it is. I want it to be bold, and I'm going to select a background color here. Let's go with this blue one. Right. You can select the alignment here. Right. Now I'm going with the format for the different lines. Here I'm going to select Arial again. You can see that now Arial didn't appear here, but since I selected that from the previous step, it's shown now. And here I select the alternate background color for the rows. But I want to show my information state by state. So it's presented in a better way. It's easier to understand if I have a break level. So I'm going to add a break level. So to add a break level, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select here state. And in here, I'm going to change the sort order. So I'm going to select ascending sort order for this column. And as soon as I do that, now I have a break level defined here. So I'm going to define the format for the break level. Select Arial, and I'm going to select this melon color for the break. And then I define the operation that I want for the break level. In this case, the operation that I want will be here. Here, I go to the cell, And here in the cell, I have different options. I can select sum, average, maximum, minimum, the number of elements, or the standard deviation. I'm going to select sum. And then I define the format for the grand total in Arial, going for green here. And then I define the operation that I want for the grand total. And then I define the different texts. So I can write here sales by state and grand total. Right. So I'm set now. All right. Another thing that you can set here is the header. You can define a header here, left, what you want to put on the left, what you want to put on the center. So report of sales by state. So that will be the header. The font that you want to use, if you want to use a picture. And then you can go with the footer. So you can insert here, for example, the current page number, and here on the right, you can select the date of execution. Right. You have here the page setup, and then you select the destination. We have three destinations: file, print, or HTML. I'm going to select print, and then print preview. There it is. I have my report created. All right. It took me a lot of, because I went step by step. Took me a lot of time because of that, because I went step by step, but as you can see, well, it's easily done. Here I have the date and the page here, and then I can select, here see on PDF, then I can print it. So there it is. Yes?
Can you still apply for formatting for fonts globally, or do you have to do it for each line?
On this case, yes, it's each line, yes, each part.
Okay, because that's a huge tool, to have to go to each line and format it.
Yes.
It's really inconvenient, and it's going to take a lot more work and time.
Indeed, yes. Yes.
When you have a break level like sale by state, you put in the pound symbol, and it will show the state value, like the word spaghetti, in the line you want to talk about, current, quick editor.
Oh, yes.
Is that available with the two versions?
Yes.
How do you set the,
So hide the details and.
yeah, how do you hide the detail and show the break value? Yeah.
This.
Still the same thing. Still count.
Well, let's see if it still works. There it is. They haven't broken that. Yes. However, this is part of our R releases, and it is still not finished. One thing that you won't find in the current state of the quick report is cross tables. It will be available in the incoming releases, but it's not still done. Also, something that you might be missing here is also the templates that will be available in coming versions. Mm. Yes, and you can add also here, if you need more, for example, you have this button to add. And on this part, you also have, well, which format you want, if you want to show repeated values or not. And if you bring the contextual menu here, you can edit the formula. And this will open the formula editor to write what you want to put inside.
Did I hear you say you can't template it? In other words, you cannot save a template of
Oh, no, you can. The thing is that at the moment, we don't have, do you remember that we had on the previous quick report, we had this thing where you could choose a template for your report. At the moment, we don't have that ready yet, but it will be available in coming versions.
You mentioned that you can't do cross-table reports just yet. Is it possible to invoke the
I'm afraid not, because this is for the 64-bit version, yes. Yes.
Is search by formulas, sort by formulas,
Sort by formula.
okay, you can sort on name, you can sort on name, you put a formula in that name, you can sort on points.
Oh, well, you can if you run, what I found is I had to render it in print preview before I could go back in and create the format.
Formatting, sort.
Sorting, yes. No. As I said, that will be good. We'll get there.
Which hardware is specific?
I'm using R4.
Is it in R3 as well?
Yes. Also in R2. Yes, since R2.
Is the network layer problem didn't get fixed until R3, so now you're stuck. If you wanted to use, to have the network layer fixed, to use 64-bit, you can't use this if you don't have cross-table reports, right?
Right. In that case. Then you can clear and you can reload and let's see all this. That's the end result of the PDF report. And that's the HTML report. Do you like it? Of course you don't. That's the, yes, if I select here HTML, then I execute, it will ask me for the report that I want, desktop. Report HTML. So yes, well, yes. So that hasn't changed. Really, we still have the same template for generating, but we'll see more about it. If you want text, change the destination here to file, and then I'm going to move this here and change this to total and this to customer. Then I execute. So that's a text report. Right. However, I know that the HTML templates didn't look so good, but you can use your HTML templates and put there your CSS styles to make it nicer. So you can use your own templates. With inside, there are some special tags for quick report. You will see that. So this is how the standard template of quick report looks like. And those that appear on green are the special 40 tags for quick report. So you can move them around, and around it, you can put anything that you want to set your style. Yeah, right. So I mentioned that your code, your existing code will work, didn't I? So to prove that, I'm going to create an off-screen quick report. So I'm going to open this code here called QR customers. So I'm creating my current selection with all records. And then I create a new off-screen area. All the different commands. Do you use this in your applications? Yes. Yeah, so you create your report off-screen without user intervention. So we have different commands to insert column, define the information for the column, define the different break levels, and then the different formats for each column, and defining also the formats for the break levels and the totals. All this is existing for the code since many versions ago. Then you define the spacing, all right. And then depending here on the destination, well, you choose what to do. On this case, I've selected HTML as the output. So I'm going to create an HTML file here. And have a look at this. Here I have this command, QR set HTML template. So what I've done here is that I have a template called template2.html. I load that HTML file into a text variable with this nice command, which is called document to text. That command was introduced in 4DV14, so I don't have to do document to blob, blob to text, but I just do straight away document to text. And then with the command QR set HTML template, I define the template that is loaded in that variable. As you can see, that template contains some CSS style. And then I execute QR run. And then I have this report, which is nicer than this one, isn't it? Yes. So it has this thing, it has this CSS property that if you hover on the cell, it will highlight it in green. So as you can see, your old code still works.
But you currently have a quick report area that you can put on your own form and make your own interface if you want to. Is that going to be something available in this? Maybe you want to have a really minimal, user interface, not with the button bar at the top, but something even more minimal. Will we have a quick report area that we can put on our own form and configure and control with the command line like we do now? I wrote my own quick report editor with the current version. Old menu bar and all the user interface, all kinds of silly stuff that my users think is, that they need.
Yes. I'm not aware of the full roadmap that we have for the quick report. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes. Yes, yes,
We'd like to have that feature, just letting you know.
yes.
Not like that, anybody who's using that feature now, so we store in the data file, for example, templates we created with our own format. If we don't have the ability to do that, then we can never use that.
Not at the moment. You would have to start with the 32-bit version for a while.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that ultimately it has to be enhanced, right? You can't not support that technology. But just because only two of us in this room, believe me, there are many more than two people who use that technology. Very powerful. Because it simplifies it to users. You know, the old report editor was so complicated to use that users wanted something simpler. So you gave them something simpler by limiting what they could do and see.
Yes.
Now we have to retrain everybody over again with the new editor.
Yes, that's the thing when you do things from scratch. You have to train them again. However, I'm sure that they will find this one much easier than the previous one because, well, it doesn't have so many things and it's a very clean interface. Let's talk about the things that are underneath the new Quick Report editor. There is no C++ code here. There are no external libraries being used in the new Quick Report. It's been written in just pure 4D code. And maybe you have noticed, but it's based on list boxes. So to make it possible, many features that we have introduced in the R releases are being used by the new Quick Report. For example, the ability to dynamically insert columns or move columns that we introduced in 4DV14 R3. The ability to, in object-get coordinates got enhanced in 4DV14 R5, and the new command listbox get cell coordinates that was created in 4DV14 R5, also that command help us to create the new Quick Report editor. Also the command introduced click count command, so you can differentiate between a click and a double click. That's what the click count command is for. On scroll form event, which is a new form event, and a couple of new commands: Quick Report new area and Quick Report move column. Yeah, so all of that helped creating the new Quick Report editor. So as you can see, we benefit as well from our releases. Now let's talk about the new label editor. Has so many new features, the new label editor, in contrast to the Quick Report editor. That, well, you've noticed that in the Quick Report editor, we are still lacking many features, whereas the new label editor, it has very nice features that we have introduced. Again, you still can use the same code as before. Well, it's better if just go straight away to the demonstration. Label editor. So here it is, the new label editor. So I have here some products, and I'm going to create some labels for this product. So again, here I have my list of fields where I can filter, pick, price. Right. So let's create some labels for my products. So first of all, I'm going to define the product name here. I just drag and drop. And then I'm going to define the different properties. I can do that in two ways. One is the contextual menu. So here I can define the different properties. I'm going to select Arial. I'm going to select here the color that I want. Select, or I can do it here and say, all right, the font size, I want it to be this big, so I'll have to make this bigger as well. Change the weight. Can draw here then a line for the product. Now I want to show the price on this part. And I can show also the reference of the product. Just drag and drop. All this part, all this design that I'm doing here is SVG. Then I'm going to put a picture of my product, this part, and also a QR code of the product. Right? So notice that here I'm using images inside the label editor. Right? I have here to align, so let's align these two at the top. Whoops. That is. Right. So I've created my label. Now I'm going to set the layout. So essentially, the workflow of this hasn't changed so much. So let's define here fix the margins, and then if there are gaps between your labels, then you select the print setup here, and then I go to print preview. So this is the, here I have my labels ready. As you can see, it shows here in dotted line the shape of the label. So still you can define if you want to use a form, and you can load a previously created label in the 32-bit version of 4D and load it here. It will load up fine, and then you can save it in the new format. Let's talk about the new label format. The new label format is XML, plain XML. Because the old one, well, if you opened the old label format, you will find some XML, but you also find strange characters there. So you couldn't edit that at all. Whereas with the new label format, you can generate the labels completely off screen. Isn't that great? So here we have the new label format. So, and again, it's divided. You remember that in the label editor, I had two parts, one which was the design area, and another one was the layout, right? So notice here, I have layout in one part, where I define the number of rows and the number of labels per record and the number of columns if I want to use. So there you have all the different settings, and they are quite clear. And then I have the label design. The label design, as you can see, I have a collection of objects, and inside it I have object, 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 well, with the different with different properties. The thing is that now you can create your own labels completely off the screen using the existing XML commands of 4D.
Now we want that in quick report.
Yeah. No, hold on. For quick report, well, I've shown you the method. Yes, for quick report, you have this. You have all these series of commands that you can do, and then you have your templates. I'm going to show you. I'm going back again to quick reports just to show you the templates. So here's the template that I have. Basically, what I did was copying the basic template of 4D and edited some things, and then I defined some CSS. And that's why you see this difference between this template, between this one that was generated with the original template and this other one, right? Essentially, just modifying the CSS of the template, right? Now, yeah?
Save a quick report definition to a file. What is that formatted XML also?
No, the quick report definition,
So binary?
kind of binary, yes. Yes, I'll show you, yeah, so you see what it looks like. Here it is. Right, yes. So there is some HTML inside it, but it's not something that you can work with. So, essentially, here I have my code for creating a label template, right? Just pure 4D code for setting up XML. So here I create my XML reference, and then I use .set XML attribute to define the different attributes. So I want this to have 2 columns. I want this to have 1 label per record. I want this to have 7 rows. I can change this to 6 rows here. And then, well, everything in XML. Then I do the objects part. Essentially, here I have my definition of objects. Then here, all of this is just to define the product name. All of this is just to define the picture, and all of this is to define the QR code, right? But the good thing is that you can do it. Yes, I understand there are so many attributes that you have to define, but I'm sure that this is something that is very, very powerful. So I'm exporting these to the desktop. Going to launch this. And there it is. I've created my XML code. And let's see the end result. So here I save these as labels for LBP. The previous format was for LB. This one is for LBP. So I'm going to open the end result here in Text Wrangler. So there it is. This is what I've generated. Oh, no, that's not the one. The one I generated is this one, gen. Yes, this is one I created, right? Because it has just product name, product picture, and QR code. As you can see, is plain HTML, plain XML. So now I'm going to use that one. So I'm doing all records. The destination file, which is going to be a products PDF. And here are the template that I'm using. So I'm going to say set print option, right, that's classical for the code. And then I say print label, product, and then I pass my XML file, which is going to be the label definition. Of course, the star is because I don't want to see any print dialogues. Well, here it is. This one was created completely off screen. Or you can also tell your user to create the label, and then you can modify that template that was used by the user with, again, with your XML commands, and add new things to that via programming. As you can see, the new quick report editor and the label editor, a couple of powerful tools that will give power to your users. Essentially, we've made a big effort to make them very intuitive and very clean, and to improve their workflow. So you didn't have all the things scattered, but everything in a simple and logical way. And you have to bear in mind that, well, we're aware that it's not, we don't have all the features ready, all the features that you had in the old quick report, but they will come step by step, well, with our R releases deliveries. Great. Do you have any questions?
You showed us that on a single level, there shouldn't be, I don't imagine, any limitations on the level of stores, and then how many break levels it'll have and all of that. It handles that seamlessly?
Yes. Yes.
One thing I've always found missing in quick reports is the ability to report multiple values for a variable in a linked file. For instance, the name of a client and 4 phone numbers.
Oh, yeah,
Multi-phone numbers.
Related mini.
Yeah, related names.
All right. Yes. Information from many tables. You mean? No.
Many relationship reporting in quick report. A 1 is the name of the client. The many is the phone number for the client. I'd like to report name, 1, 2, 3 phone numbers. Name, 1 phone number. It doesn't do that.
Oh, it should be able to do it. Yeah, right now, yeah.
Show me how. You buy dinner for it.
Yes.
You have to write up, let's say they selected a user area and add that variable text area on your report, okay?
Yes, because you want that in a single cell, don't you?
Single row, column.
A single column.
I don't really care how it comes out too much, as long as it comes out. That's what I do. You get the first value, thank you very much, I hope that was good.
Yes.
You still have, well, so you still, in that case, you still have to go to the many table and write it from there and then move it back and go.
Yeah.
High, multi-levels of single.
Write your own method to go get the data and put it into a text variable and display that.
That
Yes.
is no method. She knows accounts payable.
You guys like have a forward that keeps up.
Yeah.
It would be nice if you could pick related mini table, fields from a related mini table. It would be nice if that was the feature. You can always pick fields from a related one table.
Yeah.
You can
Mhm.
love the change and they print beautifully. But you can never say, well, I've got an invoice and I'd like to also show the lines on the invoice.
Well, in that case, you will have to begin with the many table. Go and
Yeah, but it doesn't
Yeah,
format
it's
the
really
right.
awkward to say phone number 1, phone number 2, phone number 3, Bob. People don't like that.
Yeah, that's why it prints out when it's out.
But the reality is, even if you went, if you were using, other report editors, okay, the same problem exists. You can't go to a SQL database to do it any other way.
Well, we'd like something fantastic and unavailable in other projects, so we had something that nobody else had.
We do.
yes.
We have those string variables anymore.
So when adding columns, or you filtering a field, or fielding, or like a
Search editors.
Yes. Yes.
Can you show me that again?
Sure. In here, you just type here the field that you're looking for. Oh, print labels to PDF. All right. The recommendation on printing on PDF on Windows now is move to Windows 10, because now on Windows 10 you can print PDF natively. What if it's Windows 7? Well, you have to use PDF Creator.